We're still in this 15th March 2014. I'm here in Buenos Aires. This is 23:36 local hour. I apologize for entering this in English, but I'm going still to do it in Hebraic. I hope people need to understand. This is further like I just already said. Nothing like classist, nothing like a disgregational, nothing like pretending of elite, nothing like that. My human limitation condition overall. I'm going through it until this moment for the reason of my psychopaths, abominable demons, enemies. Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina, Cristina Kirchner, Daniel Fernandez, officialism Argentina, with the pardon of the victims and of the dead. And a whole Sodoma degenerates with them. And it's Sicaria, later than shit, sorry the word. And evangelics, prostitution of that along, with a pardon for a lot of victims inside, which doesn't has nothing to do with it, but ashamedly the ones I always name are about this. And suddenly I had this day another explosion, like I just came suffering. And I am carrying with too much death around me. And I just had an episode here in this neighborhood which Federal Police of Argentina, 4th Police Station, Sodoma, with the burden of victims that are also in here, are permanently for the going for the people to rape and murder also in here. The degeneration of Armada Argentina and Ejército Argentino and every sickle sodomaki heads of Federal Police of Argentina, and all of them bodies Sodoma, rapists of whole gender, whole age. Everything is okay for them. Has leaks, has a hole, they bleeds, anything, even does. And eats, and rapes, and murders, and destroys, and sodomizes anybody because of they wanna command. Like Sodoma, like demons, like degenerates, like sickle freaks of hell. Abomination. Further this, and I'm sorry. Spirit of the beast. Like Sicaria, later than shit. Like already said already. Everything already. Redundance already. I did. I said first. Oh yes. Well, I were under extortions today, and there were a very thousands murdered, another very thousands kidnapped, under massively rapes over this, degenerates that fuse to agree with this, and also commanded by the 10 disgusting criminal psychopath degeneration abomination Cristina Kirchner and its pedophilic health brother Aníbal Fernandez, psycho degenerate, and permanently seeking the damages and less humanity on me and making the whole armed with misappropriation of institutions, medicals, permanently, socials, familiar, work, law, justice, police, forgery, liars, accomplices, or accomplices, better said, sorry, my mistake, and accomplicities about all kind, and all abomination of the day to make no business of it. So suddenly, it just crossed by today while I was seeking for buying what I'm going to show you now. Give me a little moment, please. I have this Chinese market here in front of my door at my address, which I regularly went to buy because of the prices. This kind of a things, and the most at hand. Some red wine. That Sodoma phony police station with them Sodoma bodies says that I buy this for the being alcoholic and drunk. And anyone that says the contrary and shows it ain't this way, sodomizes, suppresses, says that needs medication with a shot in the head, with the plugs that generate Sofaldeado, Borda, Piñeiro, government of the city of Buenos Aires, SAME, hospitals, I said first, and CMF, and also inside armed forces that generate pretended of doctors and mentally ill. To kidnap them, disappear them, and murder them. Or directly this disgusting, abominable degeneration, rapists of all gender, all age, and dogs, and some other animal, goes to kill them, murder them, because of they says the truth. And they says that they are going to say what's the truth. Means the whole shit that they makes up in the liars, like them shit of Sodoma demons, and beasts, the beasts breed. And well, that's the thing. So I went for this wine bottle, while I came from a very extortion this day, to feeling like a klutz, to feeling like a piece of a shit, trembled by Sodoma porks, dogs, and the snake of Cristina Kirchner, and the snake of Amigo Fernandez, and hold the generate officialism with them. And suddenly saying that I could have been in jail because of all that I do and say to the international court that damage the patriot and the country and the people and racing against everybody and everything, and I do until she and family of her to end the damn shit that they call administration, presidents, government, which is a 10 bunch of criminals, organized, smart shit criminals, for the making the whole shit that they are for. Sorry the words. And I wish I changed my vocabulary at this moment, further my besmirched state and rage for what I really want to do. So suddenly I were right in front of here, this Chinese market, and came this woman while I were in the cashier file line, over just one person in front of me, and I were about to take him going away. I felt like a damn crap, and I wanted to take a shower, and I wanted to feel some clean, and I wanted to have a rest, and I wanted to get off of the feeling and the sensitivity state that I wanted to get out, and I wanted to feel some different, and I wanted to clean myself after this damn shit of extortions I were through, which this the generation of Cristina Kirchner and cycles shit that pretends of judges, who still dares to say the liar, and this is all schizophrenics, and this is all sick damn shit and a so psychopath states of mind that I paranoidly make myself over substance consuming, saying that I'm a junkie. With the faggots this, which keeps on seeking for any degeneration like Argentina, Ejército, Armada, Fuerzas Armadas, heads, and the whole Sodoma degenerado accomplice of them. About the seeking for those 2 lines for a little bit chunky stuff, some coins, or some powering the government of the city of Buenos Aires all around the government institutions, and oh yes, I give you whatever you want, I say anything you need, and arranging with the Sodoma prostitution, the Bacamacta, phony neighborhood, and the sickle that generates the 2 baldy Braccojato Shumatlon that lives on making 10 attempts to my person, all over I normally go around. And where this woman with this taken place in front of Mauricio Macri have given like a PESAJ with sum of money saying that he will help people. There were this institution of the home inside of the government of the city of Buenos Aires, which were building properties and trying to assess population, giving some shape to the city, and people who will ever accede into a very good ways to accede into a property, a house, home. Well, this never were ended, and all around, especially this, and taking people from which were beside the rails of the train, San Martin train, which were called La Lecherita, and put them inside here. Here are people which works, but not everyone. And here's a very market and business of the phone over the Marcos, besides much older. Well, suddenly this place, they gave them 20,000 pesos each one for they do end the building, which never happened. And there's just like any favela around, but well, there are people which works and try to live something. Not everybody are just like to saying, well, you are not a good element and you are not helping society, and you should change and try to give it help yourself. But what the hell, because of no one of this lousy them shit which used this kind of a not good elements of society for them business to making, like to me and to much other around, they needs them, so they raise them that way and formates them that way. Christina Kirchner lives of it permanently. Her sect is exactly this kind. You are going to stop saying this of this government. We are going to make you stop this. This is over with you. You are not going to say no word else about this government. And are all criminals, psychopaths, degenerates with pardon of afforded victims and innocents. Well, this is simple, the reality of this country every day. And every yield which never wanted this, and never degenerate leader them crap with no scruples to making anything, for they to feel powered and powerful, and on top being just a trampled damn piece of a shit. Like the whole that we suffer every day. With the burden of a lot of victims which suffered too much and they don't know what to do with their lives. Well, suddenly I were here and this woman came in front of me and saying, here, I pay you, give me this. I were first. And I say, well, you were first where? I never seen you here. Oh, I said this here and I just went to pick up taking some else. I were first and I have the right. Oh, you do whatever you want. Oh, yes, of course I do whatever you want. What are you going to do to me? And I said to her, you are so misplaced, and you are so uneducated, and you are so off of the reality around. So suddenly she says, oh yes, and you need incontinence. Go. Give that one what needs, says to the cashier. Needs to go to taking some wine, it's incontinent. So suddenly, this one opportunist with a couple of coins said whatever she wanted, and I said, you are a damn snake. And I were too bad, and I were in a very bad moment. And every day and every moment I crossed by, I saw such a very low temp tremble, diminished, poor, lousy, like this one, which for a couple of coins, a little of corruption, and some satisfaction of the day are capable to say and put anything on the way. And the situation is not for this woman because of anybody can have a bad day. The problem is that this is vicious. And this kind I won't bear. And that this kind makes damages a lot and damaged too much people because of further breed of Sodoma, Federal Police of Argentina, and Army forces, and are a lot all around, and are the breed of the prostitution of Cristina Kirchner, an abomination of her brother. The same pedophilic Aníbal Fernandez. So suddenly, the reality is I just went and I hear, while I'm going away, the Chinese saying to her, but he could make you. He could do to you. And before I just left, this one coming to, but what's the matter, buddy? What's the matter to you? And suddenly, that one, after I just left, saying, oh, he did it to me, so what? I do what? And this is what Federal Police of Argentina and Foni and the whole of the generation does to me and to everybody. Social, institutional, medical destruction, and pouring all over like those two baldy degenerates, THJM, forged already again for the International Criminal Court, 28531844, and DNI 32384-218, now forged again for the trying to clean the shits that they do, the rapes and murders they do, of the phony police station, brothel of Sodoma, the generation, which lives all around whatever I recall, saying a lot of things and saying I to be a violent, demon, dangerous, psychopath, chunky, robber, dealer, and that I need medication, and anything that they will see about me to call them and entice them, they come in a hurry. And this one we're saying all kind of a crops already and arranging all kind of a crops with the generations of Cristina Kirchner that uses this kind of a term, so term that Amelet Habibi Shoblanach, which it is, that formatted with a vicious character and condition for any kind of a opportunism so low, trembly, then shadow taking, which arranged with Sodoma, phony, already to the making any kind of a crap that she were ready for, with them bodies inside, the business of them. Well, so I came here so bad because of I know whenever there is something like this disgusting shit comes behind. And telling to this Chinese that I am so terrible person, alcoholic, that I live alcoholized, and also chunky, I live high, and I live all the time trapped, like the damn disgusting prostitute that pretends to be judge, which keeps on calling herself Wag Master. WEGHMASTER for the United States of America, G20, and United Nations, and International Court of Justice, and inside here calls herself and stamps her lousy whore name like Wag Master, which will be Wag Meister. I said so. This will be WEGMAISTER. So that's the idea. And whenever International Criminal Court comes forwarding the justice over here saying, oh, only the government will handle this kind of a things. You cannot reach out, not citizen, and nobody here but the government to do. You cannot pass by the government because of we to making this less humanity, manipulation, the generations and forgery and all sickle shit that they left for. But the Kirchner's business is them shit of grand, abominable criminals, psychopaths, pedophilics, degenerates, sodomaki, rapists, murderers, thieves, forgers, misappropriators, liars, manipulators, witches, whores, enterprise, all the way. Oh, chill for you, what you said. Whatever, they are going to go down so sooner. Well, the reality here is just like I was saying, for around the world, oh yes, this is my name. And whenever here, oh no, but there could be a mistake. This name never existed, and this person means me, and anybody like me, the liars all the time, of course, and this person never existed. This doesn't exist, and nothing of this ever. Still. Well, suddenly telling that I attacked a woman inside of a Chinese market, and I said that she were a whore and about the whole of the degenerates and dogs, and now she said, oh yes, he said. Already sent to the International Criminal Court everything, and already clear everything like it is. What really happened, and who this is, and this disgusting shareholder. Sorry my terms again. But well, my idea of my abstinence, I cannot be over that night. My pacts with my dad are my life. So 70. I'm going to take this time, and I'm sorry for the late, to express besides this all a simple reminder over Yeshua law, Kefa word 85 THJM, which doesn't exist, but it is the 43 THJM from 2 to 65. There will be the versicles in the Hebrew version, and the English will be until the 61. It is a little bit reduced, but has essentially everything the same. And from Torah, Beltimot beleveshko belechadizmita lemesefo blelanchal chedo shoshmit ilemenecha beltia belesefo anchal charadat. Zeblet rabal fidos motlani menecha chaleshachim imidik smilecha fatenavtacham. And putting in clear this, which is Beltramo belati sevesoma bletachal chanet lamali vesofo shavel blecha chalet amatlanim. Spot lemet ramali efot David asifo shebletachal chanem letramal chanem anavel. Zevet ramal fidasifo shemaklari kibachat dasafo shore beltachal chanem latakim minachanim. Esvet ravel fesh shofalcha elatamatlam mitchol chovasha chanemot matamatat. Idishkita Bo'altim ishme'uni kan numolinech aluish nit'anel mut'afinecho olat Zveshat leverchas nisiteski vilchas motlam Ka'elbech chalashus mit'albech inlik lechayesho ematran chale ibakran kachan b'chayet oval ishmot Kevlev otchem alekim tasbit hashmenecha chalemetan lemevavishot ובדמחת ללימוד ולסוף השמונה אחד Galmanet. And well, just for the ending this story, besides this all, which I'm sorry for the cutting this special, which shouldn't. I just got back and I called outside of the market to the Chinese man, and I looked at him and I said, simply, this is not what it happens, and this is not actually what it is. And he says to me, but she were with a kid. And I said, give my testicles, right? This is not about no kid. She were irrespectable, and I don't miss respect to anybody, and I don't raise my hands to women. She said to me that I were a drunk and I were alcoholic, and she were offending me, so she'd go to hell. She is a snake. And whatever I'm going to choose about that woman is going to happen, but she is a vicious opportunist, and surely I'm not doubting that she will consume drugs and being part of the business of this degenerates. PESAJ Argentina, Sodoma, and Kirchner. So suddenly, this supposed calumny has very already proved essential character in International Criminal Court in New York. Not only liaison office, in New York, for the right benches, of the International Criminal Court, there are courts which are not accessibly public, but suddenly this goes to attack often, and already 21 International Criminal Courts judges, Your Honors, attacked by these degenerates that says, the letters of the time, nothing that says exists, nothing is possible that never were. How could be there? They're all in the Hague, all in the Hague, and nothing of that, of course. Are 814 courts of the International Criminal Court in New York for the coalition, which is the best place for they to act. For the same United Nations Plaza, New York is the most ever in the whole of the Latin America, US, and Asia, working for the United Nations institutions. Geneva United Nations Plaza is legendary and it's amazing, but the most of the world handles in New York. So suddenly for the coalition, International Criminal Court, United Nations, the thing is New York. Well, I set you the word, and I set you this reality. Il vittemele van temele sin fotomet temele shavel bechal hadith miyat amash monarchat. Ze itablet antal temene chayoshvel antibachanat lemen yafot legada shachid. Nisbet leminechat ikalev piamenechat oshbot lenemat atkibat velafachat nashmonenach niam. Spolenet. Then, I'm going to take the time, and I want to say this. Yeshua. Elachachai, Mashiach, YESHUA'HA ZARETH, YEHUSHUA, Elohim, Eloi, Melech HaMelachim, Eloi. I am not okay. And there are sons and daughters of Lot, of Abba, Avinu Malkeinu, Eloheinu, Kadosh, Hashem, suffering too much, being destroyed, being ruined, being killed, being used like scum Sodoma bags, and Kirshner's Sodoma scumbags. And are destroying all of your people because of they want to defeat you at your word. And they think that they are going to become God, but the tail of the fever of Lucifer. And then master and president of the world, Luciano Droviano, which is the beast, who were giving this all to be done, and then Sicaria demons saying to them how to rape, when to rape, who to rape, what to do, and destroy national, which this Sodomaki revealed she had does. Sorry about the terms. I'm sorry at night. Sorry, and suddenly the reality of this world delivers us in very destruction and very damages. And too much suffer. And I want you to consider the reality that our enemies and all those detractors, liars, manipulative, psychos, false prophets in the Roman Church, like the names I wear, showing what they are and what they do, praying through the Harmila, Cabrera, and Aconian bodies, saying all the time lies and supporting all psycho-criminal Sodomaki generations of this abominable breed of the beast in armed forces in Argentinian army, in Cristina Kirchner, Aníbal Fernández, and officialism, them bodies all. And like them and with them a lot of other in the whole of the world, which does the same to the population my generation, your sons and daughters, my brothers and sisters. You know who I am, Adonai. And I am destroyed and I'm tired, and not only I. We really need you. And every day, you need to know more than that, and more of us. And more than anything, like the times of the THJM YESHUA'HA, which were REDEMI, where it says expressly that you already were your wedding. And all those that couldn't be there, they are going to reach you in arms at the after day of all. So YESHUA'HA, you are going to know everything like I know, and you are going to know everything like you will know. Whenever you go back on the reality of who you meant forever to be, of, for, from, Kadosh, 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 Hashem, His Son, His prime one, Melech, Malkeinu, Melech HaMelachim, Eloi, Elohecha, Mashiach. And when that happened, I know you are going to go back at the reality of that you are going to do what you have to do. For a while, you just taken a moment with all that you could embrace now. For a moment you were just a girl. And for a moment, your hostess, your angels, your monarch, were doing the best as possible for this to keep on until you come, which these are expecting to making you the world, saying that they are going to defeat you with a grand power, an angelic, and with the destruction of my person, and a complete memory. The two churches. And everything that it's yours. So suddenly at night, understanding this is not a hilarious, not demons. I just put right at the the whole of the truth and the reality and the testimony, branded, stamped in your name, for you taking at the right moment of life. And I come at this time, begging you for mercy, for your sons and daughters, and every victim, every fool, every innocent, and for justice. And the truth to be known wide, clear, and I beg you, Yahweh, Avinu, Malkeinu, Hashem, Elohim, mercy for every one of them, and hold sin like you swear you would, forgive and redeem about those that are the real your people. Not the lousy, crap ones, which pretends of authority and are worse than the beast. So Adonai, I beg you for them forgiveness and redemption and salvation and rescue. I beg you for every one of all those I ever loved, as victims as afforded, as innocence as needed. And I ask you for forgiveness for Moshe, Menorah, and Abigail, about anything as kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. Etna reichish minen chaim nefeshlicha, sit anka nachut shleshlik gamad, nefesh yachala, as not. Which you understand what we mean, so the noble will as the world, with Babylon, Gomorrah, and Egypt, but especially Sodom and Egypt and Babylon. So suddenly, this is the reality here. We need you and we cannot live without you. We won't make it if you are not with us. And we need you all day. I am devastated, and I don't have good taste lately. And the accusations and the bad places, and the profanation and the degenerations every day are worse and abominable, like every one of them. So Hashem, Adonai, this is not over yet, but you are coming at time, and in time you are going to do everything. So Adonai, with the whole of the destructions and damages and lies, and inventions, and machineries of abominables, making the whole that they do to us for everlasting humanity to try to defeat you with the fever of Lucifer, and the original sin and the degeneration and them, disgusting, most intimate private deep livish that they are. I come in front of you, Adonai, begging you for redemption of the whole of the curses, damages, sins, mistakes, destructions, and from our enemies and everything that they do to us, and then I keep so. And begging you for the everyone of Babylon, like you said, because of they want the destruction and the taking off the reality that you are and giving it to Sodom, and the devils themselves and the beast itself, saying transferring. And for they are seeking for death upon your name, and upon your people, and upon your work, and your kingdom, and your churches, Eli and Moshe and Eliah. So they are going to have death ever after, and death will keep them, and death will have forever. And everything and anything that they will touch of you, death will be forever one of them. It is a fact. The same to Sodom and every degenerate demon that this Babylonic were supporting for they to do and making what they do, what they are for every day. So suddenly Yeshua, suddenly Yahweh, further this to be a religious character, a mystique of the snakes, of the Babylonian grand horde evangelic, says I do. And further this to be a hilarious for the whole bad in all mod an elbot kil anshkan ankhara, less humanity makers, murderers, deliverers, demons, pretended of God, of the whole reason and reality of all men, murderers, genociders, murderers of human lives, human meat, in psychiatrists, titles, pardon for those which are not dead. But Christina Kirchner joined them all, the same Sodom Argentina, for making this, and they suffered them every day. So suddenly Adonai Yeshua, I beg you, I beg you, Yahweh, I beg you, Adonai, for you to be with us and release us from this all-time abominable, disgusting torture. This time torture that every day we are suffering. Disgusting, cruelty, abominable. I beg you, Adonai, for you to redeem us. And I come in front of you to the hall of the tenants for any destruction, profanation, parasitation, bad demons, and flesh and bones. All the generates of this disgusting damn land, with the pardon of the 4 living victims, that have done to your people and to your name and to your churches, and no respect, but the afforded and victims and innocents, which is rapes and murders and destroys and slaughters every day, abominable estes, thinking that they are owners of something and they are going to be you. I beg you, Adonai, make like you said you would, Yahweh, YESHUA'HA. But hurry. Beg you, Hashem. Beg you, Adonai, hurry. Because of you, because of us, because of your kingdom, and because of your reality, and that you made them. And all we are because of you. And for the reason of you. And because of love. For you said we meant for you. Beg you please, redemption, salvation, rescue. Adonai, be with us. Beg you please. So I come in front of you in this day, in the begging you for the moment of the you to do your job, about your spirit, and the whole of the Jedaya in flesh and bones to start to die, with no transference of nothing, with no chance to learn, to die. And to die at the way of your justice forever. So in your name, Adonai, I come in front of you and I want to make a pact. And this pact to be of the reality of you. So I remember whenever you were around, every one of yours. And I remember whenever you were about, every one of yours. And you just were making the chat for the every one of yours to be around your truth and your will. And you said around, this is my flesh, this is my pact with you, this is my moment of giving myself for you to come into life in front of my Father, the one that sent me into you. This is my reality, which I come to killing for you all, for you to live and for you to have life forever. This is my flesh that I come to killing at this moment in the whole that you meant and were for the reason of your father and mother Adam, that the ALJEANDRO was living it came to make it against my father and against me about we've done. So whenever you will remind me, you will take my flesh and will remind the name of my father and mine forever. you took the torture, the destruction of the scene, the corruption of the Doodagentishman, the damages of the punishment, and the punishment of the death. And you sanctify the bodies of love forever. Thank you. And after this, everybody ate it. You just came and took your cup, and your cup were filled of wine, red wine. And that red wine came to be YESHUA'HA. And you gave them to every one of yours and you said, here, this is the new path of Avinu, Hashem. This is the path of new blood. This is the path that I give you for you to live. This is the redemption for all that you don't have to carry no more, and that I am going to pay with my life for you. And whenever that happened, Kaifa said, okay, in front of everybody, oh Rabbi, that no happening, stay with us forever. And you just told him clear, Shle'i Matan Doich Nari Nishni Kaifa. Leshmut V'Tracher Mo'ala Yishva'init La'inich Nishma'init Lech Re'edat Neshnechamat La'init Le'emot Ach Nishva'fol B'Nektik Cha'am B'Nen Shkavet. And at the reality of this all, he took the cup and he just taking the first ever drink, and taking the Chaychavech in the scheme of Meshicha Nishman and Chaychavech Yadishat Lataf El Chanav. He understood and he knew you were real. So suddenly, this were your path, the truth, Lamb of God, precious, treasure, gold of His hand, beautiful God, beautiful Son, beautiful Master, beautiful Mother. I beg you please, this cup to be ended. And I beg you please, the whole to be above. Be with us in the night. Seal us. Stamp us all the times necessary. And like you said, no one to fall from your hand, and no one to be left away, because of only you. Shlerachinim Parashim Chachara Gel Trechadam Shechana It is done. In your hands, all of you, Master, and to this called Holy Dinner in Christianism, called PESAJ ZARETH, LECHTECH NESHACHAI BIALACH NACHAN KADOSH, ALJEANDRO. Some called PESAJim, but it is not for the electric Hashim of Allah. That is different. Says Guillermo Rasifrein Maswaba in Paris, on the most of the misappropriating and businessing and trading and argumenting the whole of the lives that they lives for manipulative, delivering my people into Sodoma hands for they to be raped and to spitting them, making all sorcery with anointing, for the whole of the hell to have chances like in a time the Elmot Achtoshmufa from the school of the land have done so long. But these are not even that much more high. I've never seen one of them except for the victims. They says this is unbonded. They says this is witchcraft. They says this is chain. They says this is demonical. And even Pesach, for they means about witchcraft and bandit. Pesach, expiation of the sins of Israel in front of Yahweh, God, Father, Kadosh, Holy. And this especially in front of Yeshua, well, everyone at its time, and everything at the right time, everyone will have what everyone deserves, and no one will grant he can heal. I end this moment to share with you all at this March 16th, 2014, I apologize for the misproper words. And whoever doesn't like this or doesn't understand this, there happens a lot of things all around me spiritually. There happens much more. And I have a very permanent machinery of sodomakis, Argentina, and witches, making profanations and studying me and all the generations for they to make me war to me. And using anything I do and anything I am for the destroying and making things just other people, and misappropriating and manipulating and twisting everything for benefiting devils trying to take opportunism about everything. I set you with this, and I ask you please, you all be careful on Adonai to forge the whole of the best and the whole of the capacities for everything that he wants on every day. And I mean every one of his testimony of his name, even victims, innocents and those that doesn't know nothing, but he considers his. No matter what you are, what he done, who you are, he knows. And this this is not evangelic. This is Mashiach. Mashiach'ha. Elachachai. Adonai. Melech HaMelachim Yeshua. The Messiah. The Master. King of Kings. The Son of God. Yeshua, which were called Jesus wrongly. YESHU'AHA ZARETH. And the reality of this all is He is the King, and He is holy, Kadosh, and He is the one. And He is going to do, and we are going to know. He, about His testimony already, Abba, stamped forever in His name and reality and everything He meant. You ought to be blessed, and He affords the whole of land for everyone, and Adonai to provide you everything, because of He will do